And now let's meet the two candidates for SGA Clerk. Ryan Cole is a sophomore political science major from Athens. Garrett Bode is a freshman political science major from Birmingham. Ryan, you have 1 minute to introduce yourself.
Thank you, Courtney. As Courtney said, my name is Ryan Cole, and I'm a sophomore political science major with a minor in leadership development from Athens, Alabama. During my time here at Troy University, I served in Freshman Forum, served in Trojan Ambassadors, and many other clubs on campus. I serve in my Greek organization on the executive board as well. The reason why I want to run for clerk is because I see the untapped potential that we have here at Troy University within our student body to diversify our Senate and even our executive board. If I were elected to clerk, then I would definitely want to make sure that everyone's voice is heard, because I feel like that is the primary job of the clerk, is to make sure that the people are represented accurately and fairly in all elections. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Now, Garrett, you have 1 minute to introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Garrett Bode. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm running for the clerk position. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. Throughout high school, I captained multiple sports teams and ran numerous on and off campus community service projects, where I was, as a result, elected for the United States National Scholar Athlete Award. I'm currently involved here at Troy in Freshman Forum, where I do things such as campus involvement. And to elaborate further, I also work here in the Student Success building. And let me speak to you about my platform. Now, my platform is very simple. It's based off of voting efficiency solution as well as survey efficiency solution. Short term, by adding another swiping system and being able to use 2 rooms with scan cards and increasing the number of...
Thank you, Garrett. And now your questions. Garrett, you talk about getting additional volunteers to work the SGA elections. How will you do this?
Well, first off, to get additional members, I would try to pull from some of what you might call the lame duck candidates and use them maybe to run, since they would know proper parliamentary procedure.
Thank you, Garrett. Now, Ryan, in your platform, you talk about additional publication of elections. What does this mean, and what techniques would you use to publicize additionally?
Thank you for your question, Courtney. In this ever-evolving world that we live in, social media is becoming our primary method of contact, and I feel that as clerk, it's the clerk's job, obviously, to publicize the election. So we would use methods such as Facebook, Twitter, and other blog sites to publicize elections. And I've also thought about using email to send out biographies and pictures of the candidates in advance, so people will really know who they're voting for whenever they do go to the polls. Thank you.
Thank you. And now your second question. Ryan, you will have the chance to answer first. What specific steps can you take to encourage non-Greek students to run for SGA Senate?
Thank you once again for your question, Courtney. By attending various meetings off campus for students that are involved in other organizations, aside from Greek organizations, because I do feel like the Senate is made up of largely Greek students, I want to visit those clubs and organizations such as ISCO, 101 Elite Men and Miss Elite, and present to them kind of an SGA 101. What do we do? What do the executive officers do? What do the senators do in their elections? And that's going to encourage them, A, to get out and vote, and B, possibly in the future, to go and run for a senatorial or an executive board seat. Thank you.
And now, Garrett, your turn to answer that same question. What specific steps will you take to encourage non-Greek students to to run for the SGA Senate?
Okay, so some specific steps I would take personally, being part of campus involvement, would be very similar to what my opponent here, Ryan, wants to do as well, where I would like to go out to numerous organizations, such as some of the band organizations, some of the art organizations, and ISCO is another great component. Other places to get people to go, well, maybe handing out flyers and telling them about information about upcoming elections and handing that stuff out in areas like Trojan Center or maybe outside of where we eat at the dining halls. Thank you.
Thank you. Garrett Bode and Ryan Cole, your candidates for SGA Clerk.